been a while since I've got fucked. Well, I guess that's not true. I mean, I did fuck. I did fuck one of my friends recently. It's been a minute since I've got something. How about you?
Oh no, it's been a while, and I'm happily fine with it.
Did you finally invest in a dildo? I think that's
I'm
what's
just
keeping
fine.
me. I'm like, fine.
I'm
And I
just
get
great.
myself so fast, dude. So fast. I get in there.
Finally invested. Sorry,
I just get in there and go for it. And it's so, I can get myself so quick. Less than a minute, just almost instantly. It kind of pisses me off. I'm like, how do you foreplay with yourself? You know what I mean?
I don't know. How would you foreplay with yourself?
I don't know. I don't know. It's not
Have
like
two different costumes.
rub my own feet. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But I mean, I know how to get in there. And you know I know how to get in there.
I do know how to get in there.
Yeah.
Or no,
Oh my God.
that was not intentional. Well, blooper 101, right?
Yeah, no, that leads us like perfectly kind of into what today's conversation is. Some awkward, funny sexual experiences. And there was one time, because I'm a serial masturbator. You know, I feel like a lot of people can agree. And I love that girls are more open and honest about their masturbation habits now. Except for you. You say you don't masturbate, but who's not out here touching themselves for reals?
I'm fine. I don't know. I enjoy just no men around. Nothing.
I don't have any men around either, and I'm
I
still
know,
getting
but
my nut.
I'm fine. I don't. I just live my life without that.
What? At all.
I'm great.
Detachable shower head. No, don't do that.
No, because oh my god,
Bigger diddling.
no, I'm good. But there was a video. There was a video on TikTok that literally made me die laughing, and it was literally a sister who walked in on her sister in the shower, and she was laughing because she had the whole shower head like off. And they were both just in there laughing. And I was like, that's so awkward. Yeah, I could not sit there and just be laughing while my sister's
Oh my God. Yeah, no, we know exactly what you would do
yeah,
if you walked in on me masturbating because
I
that
walked out.
happened what was that, like a couple weeks ago?
I would say
I've only lived here like 3 or 4 months, so it had to be, it was more recent. But I was getting my midday nut because sometimes if I have an extra 5 minutes in the day, you know, just get in there. And I didn't know you were coming over so soon. And so I was like, I'm just gonna get mine.
Because usually I'm late.
Yeah, she usually has to take out her dog, take a fucking spicy shit, get her life together, fucking before she's over here. So I was like, I have time to get a nut. And I didn't hear her fucking come in the door. And she just opens my door. And I'm just, and she was like, oh my God. And you're like, I was like, fuck. But we laughed about it afterwards. But I don't think I could sit there and just be like, you know? I don't know. I feel like that's definitely the only time I've ever been caught masturbating.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, for you, yeah, that's probably,
Yeah, which is great because I am a serial masturbator. So the fact I haven't been caught more than once is fuck it. I'm great. I'm
give you
good.
props on that.
Yeah, I get it done quick. Smart. I'm smart about my timing.
Talking about
Have you ever been caught masturbating?
not
Oh, you don't masturbate.
yeah, no, not masturbating, but during the act, yes.
Okay, during the act of what? Like full-fledged fucking.
Yeah.
By who?
Okay, so
Whose eyes did you defile?
so let me so let me just break it down. So it was like mid. Sorry, mom. Love you.
Okay,
She was
what time of day is this? I need some context. Because I need to know the details of this story because you were so prude and meek that the fact you got caught getting plowed, I've got to know all the details.
So I think it was around nighttime. Yeah, I think it was around nighttime. I was over at Z's house. Obviously, this was before I had moved out of mom's. I think. Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah, did you start dating him when you lived with mom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and we were over there. Well, mid-sesh, friggin'
What position?
mid.
I figured we're in a mid-sesh.
Yeah,
Getting real into the.
so sorry, Mom. Love you. Fuck it. Straight up, dog style. Doggy. And so freaking his roommate knocks on the door and we're like 1 minute and he just still proceeds to go in and I'm like, well, this is awkward.
What was his reaction? Was he like, oh my fucking God?
He was like, there for a minute.
I asked you to put your plate in the dishwasher like 4 times.
No, this is one of the roommates that is like in the same program as Zach. So it wasn't even like the owner of the house. It was another one of his roommates.
Mm.
And I was just like, oh,
and he just fucking back blown out.
And the worst thing is he just walks in and he just stands there for a minute. And I'm like, leave, like
just
get out.
Just like they all swaying. You know, like that residual sway.
But like, why are you just standing there? And then he was like, and then finally, I'm like, thanks.
Did you guys finish or was it ruined?
Oh no, after he's like, it's all right, let's go. And I was like, what?
You're like, my pussy dry as fuck right now. Just scared her. She's like,
but yeah, so that was a memorable time.
I don't think I've ever got caught fucking, but I did get caught sucking dick in your bedroom.
I'm still very salty about that.
Yeah, no. So you were out of town, like, because you go and visit your grandparents in Washington every summer. You used to when you were a kid.
Mm.
And Ethan wasn't living in the house, and I was in the upstairs bedroom. And it was like the brief period of time that I lived in mom's house. I had started dating this guy. And I don't even know what to call him.
Well, call him.
He's
Ashley.
dead.
Just call him Ashley.
He's dead, and he has a pretty plain name, so we'll just go with that. I started dating this guy, Austin, very briefly. The day after we met and like kind of decided we were going to date, mind you, I'm barely 18 at this time. He goes to a program called Concord, and it's pretty much like when you go to jail and they sentence you to this like in-house program, but you can still work in the community and such. And he was in there for like a couple weeks, and then his friend Haley, which is now my best friend, that's how I met her. I went to the mall with her and my then at the time best friend Joe. And after we went to the mall, we were over at my house and we decided that we were going to do like a sleepover. And Haley ended up leaving, but Joe was passed out. And suddenly Austin shows up in the middle of the fucking night at mom's apartment complex. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, oh, I got a pass. And I was like, no, you didn't. You ran away. You can, well, fuck.
Wait, it was in an apartment complex?
Yeah, it was in.
I thought this was the Stand Drive.
No.
Oh, God, which one?
No.
Which one?
It's the Monument Ridge apartment.
In my pink zebra freaking room?
With your gerbil going and everything. Fucking motherfuckers just doing laps. So was I. Anyways. But anyways, he shows up and I was like, we can't go to my room because my friend Joe's sleeping in there. We could go to Rhianna's. And I'm just like, fucking got Glock 9000 just turned on, and mom just walks in. Scared the shit out of me. I'm so happy I didn't bite his fucking dick off because I was so, oh my God, I was so scared and she was so pissed. And he was like, yeah, and yeah, no, it was not great. Mom was pissed. She's like, in your sister's room? In your little sister's room? I was like, where the fuck else was I supposed to suck this dick?
Bathroom.
What if somebody needed to pee?
Then
What if Joe woke up in the middle? And besides, well, the bathroom was small. I need a lot of room.
we get in the bathtub.
Have you ever had sex in a bathtub shower?
No, I mean,
It's
like,
not-
one stand in the bathroom, one outside of the bathtub. Sorry, bathtub, not bathroom. Just be on the opposite side. You got plenty of room.
That's not a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea.
That is not a bad idea.
You're welcome.
You know, but I don't know. I don't even know if that's like the worst thing that I can say mom has like caught or seen of me.
Yeah, what has she caught and seen of you?
Oh, everything.
Mhm.
Everything. No, and it was not even like in the act, but I had like started talking to this guy and we had been talking for a minute and I had like a Facebook crush on him for forever. I thought he was super hot. So when like we started talking, I was like, fuck yeah. You get some nudes. Ass, titty, puss. Lessons learned. Anyways, I'm driving out to his fancy ass fucking house in the middle of fucking nowhere in between like Fruita Junction. And we're all like way back there, like and like 20 road, like super pretty fucking houses.
I used to go to those houses for fun.
At the time, I still had fucking straight talk because I'm fucking 18 years old. I was 19 at this time. And I lose fucking my map service and I can't like get it to load. So I don't know where the fuck I'm going. So I decided to call mom and I'm like, hey, can you log into my messenger, get this address, plug it into your Google Maps, and just literally give me the directions? And she's doing that. Like, you know, here, there, turn left here, turn right there. And then all of a sudden, Israel, Lee, Langstaff, oh my fucking God. And I knew exactly what the fuck she was saying. Because there was picture, titties, ass, plugs in ass, light up plugs in ass, holes plugged. I'll just say that. Yeah, probably the most X-rated nudes I've ever given anyone, because I was like, I want to fuck this man so bad. I had a crush on him for so long. So he got it all. And my poor mom, she's seen it fucking all. Yeah. It was not a great time.
I don't even know what to say. I'm just glad it wasn't me.
Has mom ever caught you doing anything? Caught nudes?
Oh, I don't send nudes.
No.
I'm great. I don't have to worry about that.
That's good. Although, as mom or anybody else, because I haven't caught you doing anything sexual. Like, I've never watched as any mom.
No, but Gigi has.
Oh my God. Okay. I think I know this one, but deets, I need off.
So I was just pretty much laying in bed, right? Just pretty much chilling in bed. He was also, I thought grandma was outside working on the garden.
Is this?
Oh, yeah, sorry. No, this is Bam Bam.
Oh God, Bam Bam.
Bam Bam.
Oh my God, there's great stories about Bam Bam. We'll get into that.
I don't know if they're great.
They're fucking hilarious.
But I thought, you know, grandma was out working on the yard like she usually does or was. And no, that whole time she was in her room, which I could have swore I saw her like go downstairs, but apparently not.
You had your door open? You had your door open? Was she just standing in the doorway watching?
No, she like, and it wasn't like we were like mid anything. It was just, I was just holding it. Because why not?
You were just,
well, no. I was just
preheating.
No, I wasn't even doing that. I was just holding it. And I don't know, freaking grandma just comes walking by and she's like,
wait, was it in shorts or out of shorts?
Yeah, it was still in there. But she was just like,
I don't know. I've done some very interesting things with wieners. I think it's fun to play with genitalia. Not even in like a sexual way.
Don't have. It's interesting.
Oh my God. My most recent ex-fling thing, he let me glue googly eyes on his head, and then I added like a little like red like cotton ball. It's great. I love when guys will let me hold their dick while they pee, and then just like when you can shake it, you just give it like the quick little whirl.
I have not done that yet.
I love. You do so much interesting thing with genitalia.
Yeah, me and Z, I played with Z's a little bit. Yeah, it wasn't anything serious, but I was just like, man, it's butt. I'm like, oh, I don't have one. Might as well play with it while I can.
Okay, so do you play with it in other ways? Because you're so meek and modest. You be fucking just secretly fucking Dyson vacuum hose sucking. Like, what is going on? I gotta know.
Oh, I remember what led it on. So,
Wait, led what on?
well, like the whole thing of me just like starting to play with it. So it was like after I kind of like heard like the noise of it just like flop, and so I was like, that was funny. And so I literally just
pick it up and just
oh my god, I love
pick it up and just like
throwing it.
especially if you get it on like the right part of the balls and it's just like plop. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I was just doing that multiple times. Like I would say a few dozen times. It was fun. And then just
No, wieners are they're so
fun.
interesting.
They're fun.
They are fun. They're interesting. Like they're just solidly muscle. And sometimes those motherfuckers be like double and triplet in size. Just like how? How?
I don't know.
Well, like it because it stores like blood or whatever.
Yeah.
But how? How does it get that fucking hard? Like you can't bend that motherfucker in half. But when it's soft, you could almost roll it up like a fruit roll up. Explain that to me. Make it make sense. Fruit by the foot, you know? Fucking if you're lucky, you kind of like fruit by the 3 inches. I don't know.
Fruit by the 3 inches. Jesus. Oh Lord. Oh God. I don't know. What else have you really done that's been like really like I would say embarrassing. Like embarrassing. What's another? You just left.
I wash everything immediately. Immediately. And fucking my family could testify to this because one time, fucking my stepdad came over here. Me and Rhianna, we were doing like a movie night, I don't know, hanging out with our stepdad. And he fucking, I have a vibrator and it has this like squishy sheath. And he walks in with the sheath in his hand and goes, "What is this?" I'm like, "It's the cover to my vibrator." And he's like, "Why is this just drying out on the counter?" I was like, "I wash my shit." So yeah, I mean, there's that. And that's probably not even the worst story I have of people discovering like fucking dildos. So
who discovered?
okay, so this needs to have a little bit of backstory. I had left my ex. I'd been living with him for a while, and while I was trying to like get on my feet, I had moved in with my mom for a bit. And in the house was my mom and my stepdad Chantry, but they were in the middle of breaking up. Like they were not together, but still living in the house, and my grandma and me. And my brother had used to live in that house. And my brother, he can't seem to get out of fucking trouble. Let's just say that. He's always under investigation.
He's a terrible criminal. Let's just put it this way.
He's always under investigation, always fucking something. And it just so happened to be a fucking Wednesday. I'll never forget it. And I would work 4 hours in the morning and then I'd have like an hour break before I went to my other job. And it was that one time that nobody was home. My grandma was out getting ready, like fixing up the house that my mom and was getting ready to move into after her and Chantry was like completely split.
Mm-hmm.
And mom was at work. Chantry was gone at work and I had the whole house to myself. And I was like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to flick my bean. And that's exactly what the fuck I did. And after I fucking got done busting a good nut, I decided to go downstairs in my fucking underwear and smoke a bowl. And I just hear knocking. And I assume that it's like FedEx or something. So I don't fucking answer it. And then they keep knocking. And I'm in my underwear and I can't go in the house because the hall I have to go down to faces the front door. And so I'm like, who the fuck is this? And it's funny because I made a little Snapchat story and I was like, if y'all are going to come to my house, like, give me warning because you'll be out there knocking all fucking day. And then the knocking just got more aggressive. So I decided to go in through the garage and into the laundry room and try to find some like pants. Well, I find my mom's leggings and I'm putting them on as I'm going through the kitchen and I realize they're like scrunchy butt ones and I have them on backwards. So I'm taking them off and I am aggressive. And so as they're knocking, I'm like, I'm getting dressed. Who the fuck is it? And I just hear Grand Junction Police Department. And I'm like, and I'm scared because I was in juvenile prison for 6 years from 12 to almost 18. And I've been clean as a whistle since I've been a grown up, but the police still make my butthole just fucker, man. So I'm scared. I open the door and he immediately just like grabs me by the arm and like pulls me like not like aggressively, but just kind of leads me onto like the step down. And he goes, is there anybody else in the house? And I'm like, no. And he goes, is Ethan Langstaff here? And I was like, oh, Ethan isn't allowed to even be here anymore because the reason my mom and Chantry split up is because Ethan and Chantry got in a fight because Ethan can't quit getting in trouble. And
That was,
you know what I mean? So it was like a whole thing. And I'm the only one there. I have to go to work soon. Like I was gonna smoke a bowl, get some pants on, go to work. Now I'm calling work and I'm like, I can't leave because I guess my house is getting raided because it's the Colorado Bureau of Investigations and the Grand Junction, like or Mesa County Sheriffs, and all of a sudden just a bunch of fucking people like gun, like just police officers and shit just go into the house and they're asking me about safes. What safes are in the house? I was like, well, there's my grandma's, my mom's, and mine. And I decided to get a safe after my son accessed the box. Immediately that same day, I bought a fucking safe for my shit. And all I'm thinking of is I have to open the safe. And so I called my mom to get her code and the cop's like standing there or the guy from like CBI. And I'm like, okay, CBI is here. They're raiding the house. They have a warrant. They need the codes to everyone's safe. So I gave them grandma's. All they're going to find in mine is dildos. I need your code. And the guy just starts like trying not to laugh. It was so embarrassing, but I was like, I'm just going to go with it. Just like, so I was like, yep, they're just going to find a bunch of dildos in mine. And we go up there. I have to go up there. And it is the most humiliating thing because I was there, they gave me the option to open my own sex box. And I was like, opening the code, and the guy, I like hand it to the guy, and he goes, she can go through that. And she hands it to her, and I'm just standing outside the doorway watching them because I have everything wrapped individually in its own plastic because I don't want like dust. I'm very meticulous about my toys, and there is nothing more humiliating than watching like, and they're going through everything. There's like a woman and like 3 men going through every drawer, every fucking piece of clothing, everything. And this girl is just unwrapping my dildos, putting my butt plugs out on the dresser. And these guys are just, I'm like, I will never forgive Ethan. I will never fucking forgive Ethan for that. Ever, ever, ever. I hope like, and they didn't find anything in the house. So hopefully they didn't have to take like evidence pictures, but I know that that's my biggest fear is that someday I'm gonna get pulled over by Mesa County sheriffs and get recognized and for my dildos and my butt plugs and all my shit that's in the same. Like it was humiliating.
yeah, I don't know what I would have done.
Yeah, I wonder if that's how mom felt when Ethan found the green monster. And I wasn't there for this story. I was in child prison. So
backstory on the green monster. Green monster is my mom's green dildo. It's quite famous in the family. And we'll tell you why. So, it was one night, my mom, me, and her friend Autumn were driving, and they had gotten pulled over. And they decided to call my brother and Autumn's older son. And they go, "We're getting arrested. I need you guys to..."
what did mom say they were getting arrested for?
I can't remember. But she's like, "We're getting arrested. We're going to be going to jail. I need you guys to find some like bail money and like all this." No, I don't think she said bail money.
No, that's what it was.
Well, I think they were, no, they're just like, "We're going to jail, blah, blah, blah," and stuff like that. And so they thought, they were like, "Oh my God, they're going to jail. We have to get bail money. We need to find bail money." So they start going through all of mom's like drawers, everything, trying to find quarters, dollars, everything.
And they're like, "Not our mamas.
And
Free my mama."
Ethan and I'm just going to call him Nick, they go through one specific drawer, which we weren't allowed to go in that drawer. I remember anytime like we would go over there, she would be like blocking it, never knew why. Well, now we do. And they open it and I guess, I don't remember who it was, but one of them picked it up. And
is there a reason it's called the Green Monster? Was how big was
no, it's like that.
Okay, so pretty average if you like include like the battery pack and the mechanism.
If I remember, why do I feel like there was some other things on it?
Did it have a rabbit attachment? Oh, I have one. Like how mine is the one that like swirls like
I
this.
can't remember.
The dick swirls like this, and then there's a fucking rabbit that's just like it's fucking great.
Jesus.
And then you can like press the button and it goes the other way, and it's like straight. Get a little rotation.
But yeah, so ever since then it's been named the Green Monster. All because they were trying to find bail money for our mother, which they weren't even going to jail, which is the worst part. Because they just found it for no reason.
Traumatized.
Yeah.
Twice. Because like freaking out and think your mom's going to jail, and they're freaking out to the point that they're tearing apart the house looking for bail money. So that's already traumatizing. It's a traumatizing joke. And then to find
your mother's dildo, that's, knowing, I don't know, I think they knew what it was.
Well, did it look like a dick or was it like a tentacle?
No. God, I'm trying to have like
I've always wondered how people
had like rivets in it. I remember that. I had like rivets.
Ribbed for her pleasure.
It wasn't, I don't know, and it was like a lime green. So, I mean, welcome to the story of the Green Monster. Love you, Mom. You're getting exposed.
Speaking of fucking exposing mom, you gotta tell them about that time you heard mom fucking and you started crying and then
I don't know if mom ever knew. I don't know if mom actually knows this whole story.
If you don't know, now you know.
Yeah. So God, I was maybe like,
how long had I been gone?
I can't even remember. I
like,
feel like it was, we were back in the ghetto apartments.
Okay, so it was like a little while after I had been gone.
Yeah, it was a little bit.
So if I was like 14, 15, was it before like we started being able to like see each other again?
God, I cannot remember.
No, because you were like 10. So you were so young, because we're 5 years apart, and we were 15 when I started kind of getting integrated back into the family.
I was so, I was young.
And so you were 10 at that point, so you had to be like at least like 8, 9 at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was young. And I feel like it had to be sometime you were just kind of maybe like a year or two after you kind of went away or so like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember, to be exact. My memory is awful. I don't remember a lot of my childhood. Trauma. Anyways.
And that's so weird because I remember like all the fucked up, traumatizing, like detail for detail shit.
I know I just left a lot of it out, but this memory I definitely remember specifically. But so my room was right next to my mom's. Like it was right on the other side. Ethan's was, I think, on the side of me. So it was his room, my room, and then mom's because it was like a curve.
And then like the bathroom over here and something that's like a typical
setup. And it was pretty late at night. I would say maybe like 10, 11.
Yeah, she was good at bringing her hose over late at night, but not good about keeping it quiet so that we didn't fucking wake up.
Yeah, and I woke up to noises, and
they was fucking,
yeah, and I was just crying, and I was trying to be quiet about it, but I was also like, why me?
Why were you crying? Were you crying because like you're hearing your mom get fucked, or were you crying because you were pissed that she was?
I think I was mad. I think I was pissed because I couldn't sleep.
You're like, fucking bitch.
Yeah, I think I was just pissed because I couldn't sleep, and I was just like, I got school in the morning. I'm pissed. I'm cranky because I can't sleep. I got noises on the other side, and it's starting to piss me off. And I was trying to keep it really content. Could not. And she comes into my room and I'm just like, ew, first of all. And then
dirty bitch.
Yeah, and she's like, what's wrong?
And you're like, what's wrong?
And I'm like, oh no. And I'm just like, I can't say I can hear you in there just screwing, but I really miss Andrea. And she's like, oh, I know, I miss Andrea. She was probably. And I'm just like sitting there like, you're grossing me out right now. I know what you're doing in there.
Gross.
I'm like, even though it was like 8, I knew what was going on. We walked in on a few times. Me and Ethan, I think, have walked in on Mom on accident.
Yeah,
I think so. And I'm pretty sure I remember like a specific set of light poles.
I walked in on my dad, and here's a little snippet of the kind of person my dad was. It was like pretty recently after my mom and dad got divorced when I was 4, and I would say I was about 5 at the time. We were all living in Elko. I don't even know if you had been born yet, but Ethan and I went to live with my dad for the summer while he lived in Rangeley, and I call this the summer of hell. This is why I don't like fucking ketchup, which that's a whole story. We'll get into that with daddy issues, but the reason I don't like ketchup, just a bunch of fucked up shit. But one time we were supposed to be taking a nap, and I walked in for some, I don't remember, but they were fucking, and he beat the shit out of me. It wasn't the first time, wasn't the last, but yeah, beat the shit out of me. Balls swinging. I don't remember that part. I just remember just being like,
I think I do. I feel like I remember a specific pair of balls. Like I kind of remember like opening a door and there was just, because the dude, I don't remember who it was.
oh my,
but I'm pretty sure our mother was on her back and homie was at the edge of the bed. And I'm pretty sure I just remember, or was he like on his knees? Maybe he was on his knees.
Probably had to be spread somehow.
Yeah, no, and I feel like I remember
the back,
specific
anglers.
Yeah, I feel like I remembered like the whole booty and the balls.
Oh my god!
And like, I'm not saying it's true because I don't know. Maybe my mind is just thinking of something, but I'm like, for some reason, I swear, like I remember a specific pair of balls, and they were white, and I don't do white, guys. So they ain't balls that I've been with.
So I don't have any memories of walking in on Mom doing anything sexual. Because there was one time, I don't know if you remember this, but when we were real little, we used to play like Spy Kids, and we thought we were clever. We called it I-Team, and we would just we would jump out of the second story fucking window. Do you remember the house that we lived in?
No. Did I jump out of the window?
No, you were still little.
Oh, okay.
I was still like a toddler, but me and Ethan are wild. And we would spy on Mom, like run around the house and like look through the windows and try to like spy on Mom and figure out what she was doing. And then like when she was in another room, we would like climb through the windows and like go through her shit.
That would be so fun.
Nah, it was a great time. But one time I found a cock ring and I didn't know what it was, but I took it. And I went back to grandma's house the next day and I fucking just showed her the cock ring and I was like, I found mom's condoms. Like, because I didn't know what the fuck it was. And I was young. I was young, probably like 7, 8. I mean, and at that point, I had been fucking raped and like abused as a child. So I had a lot of exposure. But so I knew that it was something sexual, but I didn't know what the fuck it was. I thought it was condom. It was a cock ring.
No, I don't think I've ever found like.
And grandma was like
that.
ugh. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if you remember. She dated a lot of D's when we were younger. There's like back-to-back D's. There's like, yeah, they both start with D's and very just like plain D guy names. I don't know. But she dated a lot of D's when we were younger and a lot of other people's husbands. So, love you, Mom. Anyways. Oh, God. The memories.
Really?
And I mean, oh my God, it's so, we have our poor mom.
Yeah.
Because that's not even the only, like,
Thing that I've caught from her.
yeah, what else have you caught?
So there was one time I was looking for, there was something that I was looking for and it was on her phone. I feel like it had something to do with school. Like maybe it was like a schedule or something. But I was looking for a specific thing. And I remember it was by a group of like photos. So I kind of knew kind of where it was.
You know, like the timeline. You can put the timeline together based on the photos.
Yeah. And so I was like just scrolling, still scrolling. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm getting closer. So I'm scrolling, still didn't see it. And oh my God. Oh, my poor stepdad. Anyways, I'm scrolling. He doesn't know about this.
Oh,
And I get over.
I did not think it was this one. Okay.
Oh, and I scroll. I get to the specific picture, and my mother had a nude of my stepdad in there.
Oh, God. Horrified.
He doesn't even know about it, but he probably will soon. And
That's all right. I saw our other stepdad's dick. He abused me when I was 10. I can make jokes about it now. I used to fucking have panic attacks and mental breakdowns. Now I got
growing. We're growing. But and then after that picture, because I was like, I decided to scroll one more time, and there was a porn video, Heather, of a schoolgirl. It looked like a schoolgirl.
Okay, so it was nude of Chantry, then saved porn.
Yes.
Okay,
Right after.
so she got that fucking nude and was like, I'm a beat off to this. And she fucked with the image of that dick matched with that porno in her imaginary scenario. Who else be masturbating like that?
Oh, good God. Here, let's just finish off with Mom. I've had a lot of encounters with Mom. So there was one time my stepdad and I were going to be playing Call of Duty because that was just our game. We're great at Call of Duty.
You're fucking pretty damn good.
I'm better at Call of Duty. He knows that. And he goes, let's let it, load, and you get a couple practice rounds in. Me and your mom are going to go talk. And at that time, they had been arguing and stuff. They had been arguing and pillow talk. Yeah, so I thought they were actually going up there to talk. Well, out of nowhere, I just start hearing, and it like gradually like accelerated. It was crazy because it was just like a little like that. And so I was like, oh, maybe they just ran into something. Maybe Chantry stubbed his toe because he does that a lot, And then
Chantry does a lot of things.
Happened again.
Stubs his toe a lot, shits his pants. Another time.
Yeah, the poop stories will be for later.
Oh my God.
You have so many poops. We have a lot
of normal. Does every other family have stories like this? Who else is dysfunctional? All right. So they're going to Pound Town upstairs.
Yeah, and it's just like, and I'm just like, all right, I'm not even playing Call of Duty. I can't focus. And granted, I'm a couple years younger than I am now.
So you knew what the fuck was going on.
I knew immediately, and I was just like, oh God, like I can't sit underneath them because their room is right up above. And it's not like from the other side of the house, it's directly above the living room. And we didn't have like soundproof floors or anything. You could hear somebody's knees crack upstairs.
Oh my God, yeah, we used to hear our dead grandpa walking around up there.
Papa, go to sleep.
That's for another time.
Yeah, oh
We got ghost stories too.
those ones I can't wait. I can't wait for those. But I turn off everything and I go upstairs. And this is back when, you know, your son was maybe a year old or so, maybe a year and a year and a half. And
Was he taking it out?
it was nighttime. It was like 10 o'clock. He had already been put down for bed.
They woke my child up.
No, I think
Oh.
this is just back when he was waking up throughout the night.
Oh yeah.
And you were working I think
Yeah.
you were working, yeah.
I worked night shifts for years when he was little.
And I was helping you throughout the night, watching him. And at that time, I was like, I'm just going to go to bed. You know, my nephew's asleep. I'm going to turn my headphones on because I want to make sure I don't hear nothing while I'm trying to go to bed. Because if so, that's just. Anyways.
Well, were they just like constantly fucking at one point?
I don't know. I really don't know. But I had my headphones in and I was just like, I think maybe I was watching a video or I was listening to music, and you know, I had the baby monitors and I thought I was hearing something, and so I unplugged it and it was him crying, and so I went in there and I was holding him and all this, and he wouldn't stop crying. And at that time we didn't know he was a little autistic, so we didn't know what was wrong with him for multiple reasons. And
It's not that you didn't know what was wrong with him. You didn't know how to
we didn't
meet
know
his needs.
that too, but like we also like
How to like understand him.
after like trying to give him a bottle, or we changed him, and like after I did all that, like I didn't know what was wrong, and like I didn't know if he just wanted to be held and stuff like that. And I was holding him while all this started taking place, and so I'm like holding him, and our mother comes in in her onesie, and I'm just like, oh, yet again, gross. God, there's been a lot of gross moments.
Wait, is that the same onesie that she chased you with?
No,
And it had
it
shit?
was like a cow print one. The one that she had on, it was like a pink one that she chased me around with doo-doo.
Okay, so she comes, she gets fucked, and then
Yeah. She comes
in a
in,
onesie,
she's
naked.
like, is he okay? Here, let me see him. And I'm like, no. Like, no.
don't touch
What you doing?
don't touch my son with your cock hands.
No, at that time, I was like, you ain't touching my nephew with your penis hands. Like, no. And she's like, oh my God, that wasn't me. And she's like, immediately starts blushing. And I'm just like,
I heard those cheeks getting
I'm like, I heard.
flat.
I'm like, you could tell because the couch was, I can't do it in here. But the bed was just shaking. I ain't gonna let somebody touch my nephew after hearing that. I know what's going on.
Like, did you even wash your hands? You need to take
No.
a shower, bitch.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if it was directly on it. I don't know. Like, and then I know if you pick up my nephew, I know you're gonna try and give him a kiss. And I don't know if he was over there doing the 3,000. Like, I don't know. I ain't trying to have my nephew get infected by little tiny children that aren't born yet.
Okay, so that kind of reminds me of a time that I caught mom fucking when we were real young. I was 11 at the time, and to give a little backstory, my mom, she was a single mom to 3 kids. Me and my brother have the same dad. She has a different dad. Both pieces of shit. My mom knows how to pick them. And she knows how to pick other people's husbands. She did that a couple times when we were younger. And so at the time, she was dating this guy named Travis, and we didn't know. Maybe we did. I feel like we knew about Travis because there was one time that she was crying about Travis, and I stole mom's phone and I got on my bike and I called every phone number that was listed as Travis in her phone, and I left the same voice message. my name is Andrea. I'm the 11-year-old daughter of the woman your husband is fucking. Oh yeah, I was pissed. I was like, oh, where my mom crying over this dude promising that he's gonna leave his wife for my mom and not. And so I already didn't like this guy, but my mom, I had asked her, I was like, can we do something tonight? She had promised that we were gonna watch a movie, do a movie night. So we had cooked macaroni and cheese and hot dogs, lit candles. We fucking got some rocks and cleaned them off and wrote, I love you, mom, number one mom, with Sharpies. Fucking did my best to clean the house at 11 years old. And she was she drove semis for the oil field. So she worked long fucking hours. And at the time, we got off school and I took care of you guys. You know what I mean? Before we got fucking, like the nanny lady or whatever. And she came home and she just like was really quick to put us to bed. And I was like pissed. And she was like, I'm tired. I'm tired. Like I work all day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Pissed. And I was like, okay, well, we go to bed. And at the time I had a cell phone and I remember it was like 11, 12 o'clock, maybe even later, middle of the night. But I woke up because some big ass fucking truck pulled into our driveway. And I texted my mom and I was like, I think someone's robbing the house. Like someone just pulled up. I hear somebody and she's not responding to me. And then I hear, and I just got pissed. I was livid. I was like, oh, so I cleaned, I cooked, I took care of your fucking children just so you could have a movie night with us. And you put us to bed so that you could get a nap in before you fuck somebody else's husband. And so I went out to the living room and I waited in the fucking corner of the couch for hours until the sun started peeking through and it gets kind of like before the sun is fully risen, but it's like that light blue outside. So a little bit of light was like trickling through.
Like the 5 o'clock, 5 a.m.
Oh yeah. No, like 4. Like 4, like
fire in summer.
Oh yeah, I don't oh yeah. And he walks down the fucking hall and I go, hello, Travis. And he goes, and he goes back down the hall. It grabs mom and she comes out in her robe and I just start losing it. Just losing it. I was like, oh, so you don't have time to watch a movie with your 3 kids, but you have time to fuck somebody else's husband? I was losing my shit. So yeah, no. And that is like a memory that me and mom had to hash out so many fucking times in family therapy. Like and it's still something that I'm just like, I don't know if I understand. But as I become a mom and a single mom at that, I've been able to forgive mom for so fucking much because I understand. Whereas like 11-year-old me didn't understand, but maybe like 25-year-old, but I also get breaks from my son. So I don't hang out with any of my sexual or love interests or really friends or anything, you know, because he goes with his dad every week. I have time to do that at different times. Our mom didn't.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to see that until I was an adult. So I've forgiven her for it now. And now it's just like a funny story.
Yeah.
But at the time, God, I was like, hated her for it. And now that I look at it as an adult, I'm like, okay, you work your drive trucks in the fucking oil field. You're working like 12 to 16 hours a fucking day on top of taking care of fucking kids. That you come home and as an adult woman, like she needed that because she did have an emotional connection to him and a sexual connection and all sorts of stuff. But I just felt like you could have picked a better day, bitch. You could have picked a better fucking day.
Or
you've been fucking him. This isn't your first and last time fucking him.
Yeah.
You could have not fucked him tonight.
Yeah, you could have been like, hey, I'm gonna rearrange my
like,
schedule.
No, I'm gonna fucking spend 2 hours with my kids to get a fucking movie. And if I'm too tired to fuck this guy when the chance comes, that's it.
Yeah.
But he was also on a strict schedule because he had his own wife and kids to worry about.
Well, sorry, schedule.
I don't know.
But yeah. I think this is a good ending spot a little bit.
Yeah, no. I feel like yeah, I can't wait to have our mom on here. She's probably not going to be pleased with this fucking episode. No. But you know what? She has plenty of shit stories about us too. I wasn't a great kid. It
wasn't bad.
I didn't end up in juvenile prison for no reason. See?
Oh God, that makes me kind of nervous on what mom has about me.
Oh my God.
What?
wouldn't it be crazy if mom came out and just talked about all this? But the thing is, I don't know. Me and mom have a pretty transparent relationship. I feel like anytime we've ever caught each other doing some shit, we're very quick to call each other the fuck out. But you and her have a different type of relationship. Maybe she would have walked in on you masturbating and not said shit. Don't tell me you've not even tried it.
I think I would know if mom walked in, or if anything.
Maybe you don't.